Hi everyone. I just wanted to talk about this particular topic of where I think NetEase is being kind of unfair on the hunters. Now, I'm not talking about overpowered survivors or skills whatsoever. That's not the problem at all, and I think that both sides have their own inconveniences, and I think there is a different, bigger problem here. The first problem I would think about is probably the bullying that is happening. A lot of the time there's like a lot of people who just bully the hunter. Like you don't need to emote and do a lot of like toxic stuff, like graffitiing constantly, emoting, writing toxic stuff in the post chat. Like, get your win and leave, especially like staying engaged. I think we've been talking about this toxicity for a long time, and it's still happening. Like, there's no awareness. And if you were to say like, why are you emoting or stuff like this in the post chat, you will be the nerd who's gonna be like, haha, shut up, or like, you're overreacting and stuff. So I just think it's just sad how it's overlooked, but a lot of hunters just don't want to play for those reasons because it's just overwhelming to them. Another thing I wanted to talk about is probably the ping. Imagine like you have 150, 190 or 200 ms, which is a large problem in NAU, specifically for the European players. You as the hunter will be slightly slower than you would be if you were a hunter with like 50 ms or like lower. Either way, ping with that is like under 100 is already good, and you as a hunter will be just slower, and you know chase is important in the game, and if you're slower than the survivor and you're having a hard time, then you're heavily relying on the skills. But not all the hunters support bad ping. For example, Sangria or like Joseph and other hunters, they just do not support your bad ping. You will end up losing to the opponents that have better ping than you. For example, if you're an European player and there's like an American team, you will get destroyed. There's no way you're winning this unless they're like really experienced. Unfortunately, that happened to a lot of people. My friend, who is like great at Alva, she's like, what, an A badge? And it's just sad because a lot of hunters don't join playing hunter or wanting to main hunter for those reasons. And it's just like, we could fix the waiting time if ping was just fixed. It would be so much more fun to play hunter if it wasn't a struggle. You may think like, yeah, but survivors also experience bad ping. And yes, if you were to be the survivor with like a fast hunter like Ripper or Geisha with a green ping while you don't have it, yeah, you will die faster, but it's just not as bad because you have your team on your back and hunters just don't. Another thing I want to mention will probably anger a lot of people or assume it's racist, but it's really just not. But there's like a huge wave of Chinese Smurfs who are coming from their servers to NAU and start low and they climb up eventually to mid-tiers, high tiers. But the problem is they bring harassers like Cowboy and Ford and just bully and have fun actually in bullying you, which sucks because lately it's happening a lot. And it's just not fun playing hunter with experienced survivors who know what they're doing, like pretending to be newbies. It's genuinely scary to even like go in quick match and see no profile Chinese characters. You immediately know, oh, I either don't prepare or I'm gonna get bullied. But it doesn't only apply to Chinese Smurfs, it applies to all Smurfs, honestly. It just sucks. It sucks to be like experiencing those bullyings all the time. Just makes it It's not as fun to play hunter anymore, and nobody likes that. Even as a survivor, when you get like smurfs, you don't like it, but it's less common. That's the thing. Because how is it fun to bully a survivor as a hunter? It's like you don't get anything out of it, but you do as a survivor when you bully a hunter. Another thing I would probably talk about or think of is the matching system, which is like totally not right. Imagine you're just starting out as a hunter. I'm speaking specifically for this tier because it's more common there than any other tier. You're starting out as a cobra or a croc. You're most likely gonna match with mammoths and griffins because the waiting times for mammoths and griffins are most likely the worst. And those survivors will obviously get cocky because they're gonna be better than you. They're far more experienced. They have gone through those practices and you have not. So most of them will say something in the past like, oh, I kited you and stuff. No, you didn't. You just kited like cobra. That's not kiting, really. Or overall, it's just not fun when you're playing against somebody who's far more stronger than you, not because they're the same tier and they're actually good. It's because you're new and you suck, you didn't experience anything yet, and you're getting destroyed because they're just better than you, not because you're the same tier and they're better, but because they have experienced it already. It's like fighting a 10-year-old kid. While you're, 18? It's not fair. And a lot of people will say like, oh, you'll get better eventually and outsmart them and it's for the best. But it's not. That's the thing, it's not. You're not getting the practice of understanding how a newbie evolves into a proper griffin or an alicorn. You just have to jump into this deep water without understanding the basics, which most likely a lot of people will not tolerate and not continue into like higher tiers in hunter. So that's pretty much that. That's why I think it's unfair for hunters and why we lack so many hunter mains and why the waiting times are just so bad and why the situation is like this in the first place. It's just this bad. It's not always about overpowered survivors or overpowered hunters or someone weaker. It's not about that. It's unplayable sometimes. So thank you for listening to my up, and I just hope that people start being a little bit nicer to each other and understand what everyone is going through is different, and if someone is having a bad day, then just be nice. It won't kill you. Thank you so much. Have a great day.